Hello, good morning. Good morning, good morning. All right, I'm gonna go put the link in all of the places, and we'll get started in just a minute. If you're here, say hi. I'd love to know who's here this morning, who I'm talking to, and tell me a little bit about how you're doing this morning. Hello, good morning. Hey, Marissa. How you doing this morning, Marissa? All right. Sorry, I just got to get the links in two more places, I think. Okay. I we had our trivia night last night and definitely was up later than I am usually up, and I'm feeling it this morning. I got up like perfectly on time, um, but just like have had an extra slow start to the morning. I've had a hard time like really getting moving. I'm a little tired today too, Marissa. Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of where I am, right? Like not not terrible. I don't feel like bad after staying up late, but I don't I just feel slow, groggy, I guess. Yeah. But it is once again a beautiful day outside. I can hear the birds chirping, and that's always a nice way to start the day. Any big weekend plans? It's always a little weird to think about big plans um, when we're all just at home, but curious to see what we got going on. I'm gonna be picking up some materials to continue making all of the things, and that's my big plan for today. I'm gonna leave the house. So there you go. Hi, mom. Yeah, my big errand for today, mom, is getting more of the binding, the bias tape. Um, because I made so many of those masks with just like the strips, and I'm tired of ironing them. So I'm gonna buy some. Oh, Marissa, you're gonna go to Safeway tomorrow. Ooh, that's exciting. I haven't been to a grocery store in like 3 weeks. I've started doing the delivery so that we don't have to go out, and it is very convenient. Um, I like it. I might keep doing that after all this is over. So I'm going to the fabric store. Marissa's going to Safeway. What else are we? What other big plans do we have for the weekend for the next couple days? I see a bunch more of us popping in. Come say hi. I want to say hi to everyone. All right. Oop, there it is. Oh, you're gonna go see Sarika. You're gonna sit in front of her house while you sit across the street and talk. I love that. I think that those types of things are just like the best ideas for staying connected. Um, I'm gonna be dropping off like materials at my friends' houses, and that's gonna be fun. Miss Garcia, I'm gonna go to Joann's. I put in a like order for pickup. They're doing curbside pickup now, which is really cool. Um, And so I did that one because I'm gonna come out to Modesto for you know what to drop some stuff off. But I'm dropping stuff off at a bunch of friends' houses today, um, and that'll be fun. Um, I've already done it with one. I went to a friend's house to drop off some stuff on her doorstep, and she had left like a little thing for me on her doorstep, and that was fun. So like we traded gifts on her doorstep, and then as I was leaving, she opened up the door to come out, so we got to like say hi and wave. So Marissa, I love that idea of like sitting in front of friends' houses and chatting from a safe distance, right? But um, having something where you can feel close to people, I think that's awesome. All right, so I want to get started on poetry this morning because you know I like my poems. Um, And this is the next day in this poem a day book that I picked up. Um, yeah, Mom, I was able to find actually a lot. At least it said it was in stock for my online pickup order. So I'm hoping that the numbers that I had there were accurate. Um, if not, I mean, I can keep making it, but it would be nice if I could just have some. Yeah, Mom, I have, like, 3 more face masks that I have, like, cut and ready to go, um, but I'm gonna be making some more. Mom, you're going for a walk and then back to sewing. Awesome. Yep, that's sort of what my day's gonna look like. Um, so the name of the poem for today is Virtue by George Herbert. Um, and I really think this one is interesting. It's one that, has a bunch of that nature imagery, which is something I'm feeling really drawn to right now, so I'm excited to share it with you. So, this is Virtue by George Herbert. Sweet day, so cool, so calm, so bright. The bridal of the earth and sky, the dew shall weep thy fall tonight, for thou must die. Sweet rose, whose hue, angry and brave, bids the rash gazer wipe his eye, thy root is ever in its grave, and thou must die. Sweet spring, full of sweet days and roses, a box where sweets compacted lie. My music shows ye have your closes, and all must die. Only a sweet and virtuous soul, like seasoned timber, never gives. But though the whole world turn to coal, then chiefly lives. I just think that that one's so interesting. Hey, Jacqueline. I think this poem is so interesting because it's talking about that nature imagery, that cycle of life and death, which um, I'm just really interested in right now with everything. Like when you go outside, everything is blooming, and it really feels like spring, and yet we are stuck inside um, to sort of prevent this also very natural thing of um, this virus that's going around. So I just I'm finding that really interesting right now. So yeah. Okay, I'm really excited about the book that I'm going to share with y'all today. I think I've shared it like in class when we were all in person, um, but this is just one of my favorite books. I think I read it a year or two ago, um, but I've met the author a couple of times, and she's just lovely. Um, and the book itself is just so powerful and good. Um, so the book for today is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. So this book is amazing. If you liked The Hate You Give, you would love this book. In a lot of ways, I think it's easier to read than The Hate You Give. It's shorter, for sure. Um, but The Hate You Give is really focused on Star Carter and her journey towards essentially becoming an activist um, for other people, right? For the young Black men who are getting accused of whatever and have dealing with police brutality. Dear Martin focuses on a young man named Justice. Um, and the book starts, he's trying to help a drunk friend get into her car. He's really just trying to get her into her car so that she won't drive home. He'll drive her home so that she'll be safe. And while this is happening, a police officer comes by and believes that he is trying to harm this young woman. And he tries to explain, but it doesn't work. And Justice ends up on the side of the street in a pair of handcuffs. Um, and it takes the girl's parents coming to settle everything and work it all out. And Justice is really impacted by this. He grew up in a not great area, but he's now living at a boarding school, a really prestigious boarding school. He's been accepted to really prestigious colleges like Yale, and he just really struggles with the anger that he feels that this happened to him, that he was treated so harshly. Um, and it goes through in some really interesting ways. So I really like this book. It's really fun. And what he ends up doing, the reason why it's called Dear Martin, is he begins writing letters to Martin Luther King Jr. Um, and it's just really interesting. There is a sequel or a companion book coming out either at the end of this year or next year that is going to be called Dear Justice. And so I'm really excited to see that. So I'm going to read a little bit of the book today. And I'm just going to read, I don't know. I would like to read the whole first letter to Martin. To Dear Martin, but it's sort of long. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So, Dear Martin, aka Dr. King. First and foremost, please know I mean you no disrespect with the whole Martin thing. I studied you and your teachings for a project in 10th grade, so it feels most natural to interact with you as a homie. I hope you don't mind that. Quick intro. My name is Justice McAllister. I'm a 17-year-old high school senior and full scholarship student at Braselton Preparatory Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm ranked 4th in my graduating class of 83. I'm the captain of the debate team. I scored 1560 and a 34 on my SATs and ACTs, respectively. And despite growing up in a quote-unquote bad area, not too far from your old stomping grounds, I have a future ahead of me that will likely include an Ivy League education, an eventual law degree, and a career in public policy. Sadly, during the wee hours of this morning, literally none of that mattered. Long story short, I tried to do a good deed and wound up in the ground in handcuffs. And despite the fact that my ex-girl was visibly drunk, excuse me, I apparently looked so menacing in my prep school hoodie, the cop who cuffed me called for backup. The craziest part is while I thought everything would be cool as soon as her parents got there, no matter what they told the cops, these dudes would not release me. Mr. Taylor offered to call my mom, but the cops made it clear that since I'm 17, I'm considered an adult when placed under arrest. AKA, there was nothing Mama could do. Mr. Taylor wound up calling my friend SJ's mom, Mrs. Friedman, an attorney. And she had to come bark a bunch of legal hoo-ha in the cops' faces before they'd undo the handcuffs. By the time they finally let me go, the sun was coming up. It had been hours, Martin. Mrs. F didn't say a whole lot as she drove me to my dorm, but she made me promise to go by the infirmary and get some cold packs for my swollen wrists. I called my mom and to tell her what happened, and she said she'll file a complaint first thing in the morning. But I doubt it'll do any good. Frankly, I'm not real sure what to feel. Never thought I'd be in this kind of situation. There was this kid, Shamar Carson, black dude my age, shot and killed in Nevada by this white cop back in June. The details are hazy since there weren't any witnesses, but what's clear is this cop shot an unarmed kid. 4 times. Even fishier, according to the medical examiners, there was a 2-hour gap between the estimated time of death and when the cop called it in. Before the incident last night, I hadn't really thought much about it. There's a lot of conflicting information, so it's hard to know what to believe. Shamar's family and friends say he was a good dude, headed to college, active in his youth group, but the cop claims he caught Shamar trying to steal a car. A scuffle ensued, allegedly, and according to the police report, Shamar tried to grab the cop's gun, so the cop shot Shamar in self-defense. I don't know, I've seen some pictures of Shamar Carson, and he did have kind of a thuggish appearance. In a way, I guess I thought I didn't really need to concern myself with this type of thing because compared to him, I don't come across as threatening, you know? I don't sag my pants or wear my clothes super big. I go to a good school. I have goals and vision and a great head on my shoulders, as Mama likes to say. Yeah, I grew up in a rough area, but I know I'm a good dude, Martin. I thought if I made sure to be an upstanding member of society, I'd be exempt from stuff those black guys deal with, you know? Really hard to swallow that I was wrong. All I can think now is how different would things have gone had I not been a black guy. I know initially the cop could only go by what he saw, which probably did seem a little sketchy, but I've never had my character challenged like that before. Last night changed me. I don't want to walk around all pissed off and looking for problems, but I know I can't continue to pretend nothing's wrong. Yeah, there are no more colored water fountains, and it's supposed to be illegal to discriminate. But if I can be forced to sit on the concrete in too tight cuffs when I've done nothing wrong, it's clear there's an issue, that things aren't as equal as folks say they are. I need to pay more attention, Martin. Start really seeing stuff and writing it down. Figure out what to do with it. That's why I'm writing it to you. You faced way worse, stuff than sitting in handcuffs for a few hours. But you stuck to your guns. Well, your lack thereof, actually. I want to try to live like you. Do what you would do. See where it gets me. My wrist is killing me, so I have to stop writing now. But thanks for hearing me out. Sincerely, Justice McAllister. So that's Justice's first letter to Martin. And it goes through the rest of his story as he continues writing these letters and continues grappling with some of these issues that he identified in this first letter. It is a really good book. It is fast-paced, exciting. There's a part somewhere in the book where students will often tell me that they have to put the book down for a few moments to just take it in and say, what? It's a throw the book across the room moment, as is one of the things that I identified in college, that there are some books that some stuff happens and you just got to throw it across the room. But as challenging as the book is, in a lot of ways, it's also really hopeful. And that's one of the things I like in books like this, where they address some really challenging issues, but also leave with a sense of hope, and a sense of how we can improve them. I always find that's a really uplifting thing. So, have any of us read Dear Martin? Yeah, Jacqueline, it's really genuinely good. It's a lot like The Hate U Give in sort of the feel of it. I think someone did do a book talk on it, but I couldn't remember who. I've listened to too many book talks. Um, but yeah, it's a really very good book. I know I just have the paper copy. I didn't look up if we have the ebook or audiobook available to us. Oh, Miss Garcia, how did you like it? I know I'm a big recommender of it. It's one of my top books. Yeah, Miss Garcia, I'm totally with you. That's I'm glad you really liked it, but, it's one of the challenges that I have been having is that the vast majority of my books are at school, um, and I don't wanna go in and ruin a bunch of, the janitor's hard work and deep cleaning my classroom, um, so I haven't gone back in. That's why a lot of the books have not been these physical copies, they've been ebook or audiobook ones that I can pick up on my phone, just to show the cover. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much out of books to recommend here that I've already read. My next big task is going to be actually finishing some of the books that I do have around here. I do have a lot of books um, at home that I have not read. So if I start reading some of those, then hopefully I will get some good new recommendations for us. But if not, I'll just keep picking up ebooks to share because ebooks count, right? Reading is reading. Awesome. Oh, I should have. I know I put the poem in the chat, but I also want to make sure I put in the book. All right. So fun. What else do we got going on today or this weekend? Any other big plans we want to share? Um, I know it still feels so silly to ask about big plans. It's not like we're really going anywhere. But you can finish big stuff at home, right? Um, Cleaning or decluttering or um, doing fun activities, going to visit our friends, sitting outside their houses across the street. I love that idea. Um, I'm hoping we have nice, big, exciting stuff to get done. Um, keeping ourselves busy, getting outside, all that good stuff. Oh, Miss Garcia, I also hope that you can get that done today. That would be a good one. Man, how fun would it be to be able to play your violin while you're sitting at home all this time? That would be awesome. Yeah, one of my big daily tasks has been going out for walks, but man, as much as I love that spring is springing outside, um, it is doing a lot of it's doing a number on my allergies. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get out and do that today. We'll see. Probably a pre-world practice, Jacqueline. I mean, that seems worthwhile. That course is a lot. Trying to remember like all of world history. Good luck. That was one of the few AP classes I took in high school, though. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a good class. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Famous YouTube violin people offering free video courses. That has been one of the really interesting things, about all this is so many people coming up to share all of these free resources. Um, it almost, makes you wonder why they couldn't be free all the time. Um, but yeah, as much as we've been, home, there's still too much to do, right? Because now people are adding access to it. Yeah, Marissa, same on the allergies. Yeah, I have like a daily 24-hour medicine that I take for the allergies. But even with it, ugh, I'm still sniffly and all that, all that jazz. So we'll see. I'll either get outside or at the very least, I'm going to be driving around to friends' houses today. So I'll at least get to see the sunshine, even if it's from the inside of my car. So, all right. Well, I think if we're all good, I sort of. Oh, mom, you're baking bread and apple pie today. All right. Okay. Retirement is just going so well for you guys. That's awesome. All right. I think if we're all good, I'm gonna head out so that we can all get on with our amazing plans for our Fridays. Um, yeah, right? Fresh bread and apple pie. Okay, whatever. Cool mom. Um, Marissa, you'll have to tell Sarika that I say hi. I hope y'all are doing well, that you are keeping your spirits up. Um, remember, I've said it before. I hope you're keeping in mind there's a lot of stuff that feels like it's being taken from us um, during the whole social distancing. Um, but just remember that there's so many things that it is not taking from us, and so many opportunities that we've been given um, in this time. Right? So, I hope that we're able to see that perspective at least some of the time, and take advantage of it where we can. Um, but other than that, I hope you all have an amazing Friday. That you have a great day, that you make good choices over your weekend. Um, and I will see you all again on Monday when we are back to remote learning, back to distance learning school. And that'll be fun. Get get some good get some good schoolwork done. I'm excited. All right. Um, all right. Always remember who you are, what you represent, and to show your Mustang pride. Have a great weekend, everyone. Cheers.